Hi there, Nicoria. Could you just take that off the screen? So thank you so much. Hi, everyone. It's Jen, and I'm coming to you live from our Perler lab today. We're so excited that you're here. You can see we are all decked out for the holiday season. And today we are going to let's make a fun ornament. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over all our supplies so we can get organized and we can make our ornaments together. So when you signed up for the class, you should have received your parent or adult in their email a printable, downloadable pattern sheet, and that's what I have here. And we have two different projects that we're going to be doing today. One is a Santa ornament and one is a tree. So once you have your pattern sheet, of course, the most important item that you need for today's class is our Perler beads. So we recommend for this class that you get the 11,000 bead jar. And in a few minutes, we'll go over what colors that we are suggesting you use for today's project. So you need your Perler beads. And then this time we're changing it up. So if you've been with us in previous classes, we do use a large pegboard a lot of the time, but because we wanted to make it super special, we changed it up to this set. So this is a 5-piece shape set, and within this is a star shape. So we bought this from Michael's, and then we pulled out the star shape to use. So we have that. Then we, of course, need our household iron. There's no water and no steam in the iron today. We'll tell you when to heat up the iron because that's when we're going to ask you to bring an adult or someone a little bit older over to help you. We don't want anyone to get hurt and walk you through the ironing process. And with the iron, we need ironing paper. So ironing paper comes in both the pegboard set and it comes in the jar. So the best thing about ironing paper is it's reusable. So you can use it time and time again. I know at our house, we have so much ironing paper laying around when we have tons of friends over and we're crafting. We all have pieces of ironing paper. We also have a tweezers. This is an optional item today. I like to use the tweezers. You absolutely don't have to. Sometimes it's easier to use your fingers. So whatever works best for you. And then if you're going to hang the ornament like we're suggesting today, we did ask you to bring some thread. So we recommend 24 inches. We'll cut it. So you'll need a scissors today too. And we picked up red thread. So I think we're ready to get started. If anyone has any questions or comments, you can already put it in the Q&A. We'll be happy to help you. We want to say a shout out to our friend Emma, who is here early from New York. So thanks for joining us, Emma. We love that you're here for our classes. I know you said you're excited for the holiday season, and so are we. So we're excited to see your ornaments. Okay, so let's go through what we need today. So on the pattern sheet, we have a color key, and these are the Perler beads that we're recommending for today. So I'll just read them. Red, tan, yellow, kiwi lime, dark green, blush, white, and black. Before the class, we went ahead and organized our colors. So we have them in this tray. Honestly, if I'm at home, sometimes I just dump the jar and I kind of put them everywhere. I pick out colors as I need them. If you don't have the 11,000 bead jar and you have other colors, that works too. What's great about Perler beads is you can be completely creative and use any colors that you have to change it up or make your own design. So it's great. So I think we'll get started now that we have everything organized and we know what we need. And so if you haven't been with us before, the first thing you do is you take your pegboard and you place it right on top of the pattern sheet that you guys have for today's class. And then where there is a peg on the pegboard, you will put that correlating matching circle, like at the top of the star, it's a yellow. You'll put your yellow bead where the yellow circle is and you'll follow the pattern. So we're going to get started. Now, everybody that I know makes projects different. They go from top to bottom. They go from left to right. They might just go in order. I will tell you, I personally like to do this by color. Excuse me. So I'm going to start my Christmas tree ornament with the yellow. Okay, now I'm going to move to my red. And I'm just going to follow the pattern. And I'm just going to keep putting my red. Someone suggesting that, or I should say that. Oh,
Blue, purple, and white, so she can do for Hanukkah.
and who is that?
That's Emma.
Emma commented that she has blue, purple, and white and is making one for Hanukkah, and that is such a great idea. So we'll tell Emma and everyone else out there, when you are finished with your project, we would love to see it. So if you could have an adult put it on social media and use hashtag make it with Michaels, hashtag Perler, hashtag Perler art class, we would love to see it. Take these loose beads. And are we working on that? Okay. And it looks like we have some friends that are with us that are struggling with the pattern sheet. I think we have Neforia working on that from Michaels. So I apologize, but bear with us. I've moved to the green. And I'm putting all the dark green down. And again, this is where you can be really creative with your beads and colors. Now, while you're making this, one thing to think about, you can also just do the smaller inside icon. You could just do Santa or the Christmas tree if you want to do something different. That could be an ornament in itself. I know a lot of times at my house, we have magnet backings. You can make a magnet all done with my dark green. You could glue it on the front of a notebook. You could use it, as we did here, a little gift tag. So there's lots of great things that you can use the project for. Finishing up my light green. Now you'll see another reason why I love Perler projects is because I'm teaching the class and I want to be able to show you guys the ironing process and what both projects look like. I'm able to just move this aside when I'm done and start the Santa. So what's great is if you're at home and an adult's not home yet to help you iron, or you can't quite finish it and you need to put it aside for later, it's great. Super easy, just put it aside. Keep it on the pegboard. Line this up a little bit. There's my white, and I have 2 more light green. I'm almost done with my tree ornament. So I'm just going to push this aside for the purpose of the class. And now I'm going to make the Santa. Okay, so again, you just line up your pegboard right on top of the pattern. And I'm going to start with white. So this will be good because I will be able to show you the ironing process twice. But if you don't get to the ironing today, because you don't have an adult with you, or you don't quite have the time, you can always go to our website, which is perler.com, and we have great ironing instructions. Just remember, it's just a household iron and no water or steam when ironing your Perler projects. And we got Santa's whole beard here. This really gets me in the holiday spirit. I love that we're all decorated here in our Perler lab for Christmas. Some of you know we're in Pennsylvania, so it's already starting to get a little chilly. We hit 30 degrees this morning, so winter is starting to be in the air. Now, you know, we always love to hear where you guys are from. So if anybody wants to put in the Q&A where they're watching us from today, we'd love to hear. Portland, Oregon. That's awesome. California. Lindsay's in California. Thanks for joining us all the way from California, New York, and Virginia. Thanks for coming, everyone. I'm just going to keep going with my dark green. Someone's in Miami and it's warm. That's crazy. So I have lived in Pennsylvania the majority of my life, so it's hard to even think about it being November, December, and it being warm, but that's awesome. Sure, you can see I've moved to my red. Now, my kiwi lime. You guys can see I'm jumping around a little bit. I'm going to finish the outside of my star. So after today, if you guys are interested in making more holiday ornaments, excuse me, I shouldn't say that, holiday patterns, you can always go to perler.com, and we have lots of free patterns on our website if you want to keep going with your Perler projects. All right, I'm going to go back to Santa's hat. And just as I finish up the red, I still have a few more beads to put down, but I'm going to take a break and I am going to plug in my iron. So I'm going to get it heated up. So again, it's a household iron, no water, no steam, and I'm going to put mine on a medium heat setting. So go ahead and grab the adult that's going to help you iron if you're ironing with us today, and have them plug it in and warm it up. And then this is also where you're going to need your ironing paper. And I have Santa's rosy cheek to blush. I'm just double checking I didn't miss anything. I think I'm good to go. Oh, I said that and I just knocked the bead off. So now I am just going to carefully move this away and remove my pattern sheet out of the way. So now when it's time to iron. So this is where we need our reusable ironing paper. And we have our iron. And then what I want to point out is if you're going to make this into the ornament like we are, you want to be careful and not iron too hard that you close the beads. So we get this question all the time. How long, how hard should we iron? So what we tell everyone is it's personal preference. Some people love the way their perler beads look when they're really fused and closed. Some like them open. But if we're going to put the string in today, if we're going to put the thread in to hang it, you have to make sure that you're going to leave your bead open. So we're going to work to not close it all the way. Oh, we have a friend with us today in our Perler lab, Arlene, and she's answering some questions for us on the Q&A. She pointed out that she's already used the tweezers to push through the bead to open it up if you fuse it together to close it by accident. So that's a great tip that I never knew. Love it. Okay, so the ironing paper goes on top of your project. And this is where you grab your adult. My iron is ready to go and press down. So we have to make sure because of this shape that we're really getting the outside corners. You're going all the way to each point on the star. And as the beads start to warm up, you'll kind of see them come through the ironing paper a little bit. You can tell when you've made that part of the ironing paper warm from the iron. Make sure I get all the corners. Get Santa in the middle. And usually what I do is I just lift up the edge a little bit, take a peek. Looks like they're all sticking and it's working great. See this one down here, I want to get just a little bit more. Okay, once you feel like you have this side iron, and this is where you have to be careful and why we also ask for an adult, is this is a little warm. So I'm going to flip it, but it is a little warm and we want everyone to be careful. So I slide it off. Okay, and now it's in my hand. I'm just showing you here. And I flip it over and the pegboard comes off. And you can use another piece of ironing paper or you can fold it over. So you iron the other side. Okay. Now, I'm going to set this aside to cool. And we're going to work on the next one. That way you get to see the ironing process twice. So here is my Christmas tree ornament. So again, with the ironing paper, same thing. Medium heat setting. Give it a little bit of pressure. Make sure I get all points of the star. Get my tree in the middle. I'm going to check it a little bit by lifting the corner. I think it's good. And again, remember it's warm. And this pops right off. Oop, I did have a bead come off. That's because I didn't iron the corner real well right there. That just shows you. I'm okay with that. Put the ironing paper down on the other side. And sometimes that happens. So you got to make sure you get all the corners, the inside of the project. And then you can lift this off. And again, this is pretty warm to the touch. So now we are going to make these into the ornaments. I have some extra that I have ready and waiting to go. So I have my tree, I have my Santa, I have my 2 stars. And again, like we talked about, you can do so many great things with these. You can put a magnet on the back. You can glue this onto a notebook. It's a great bag tag or gift tag. You could make this into its own ornament. You make great teacher gifts if you would put this on the glue it on the front of a cute little craft bag and then fill it with candy for your teacher or bus driver or coach. Okay, so we have our 24-inch length of our thread, but in order to get this through, I'm going to peel apart one piece of the thread so it's nice and thin. You guys see that? I'm going to take Santa's hat and see how the hole, get nice and close, is open. So we didn't iron that shut. And then I'm going to bring my star over. And I'm going to put it through the hole in the star. Before I tie, I'll just show you so it will look like this. And if this is a little hard, this might be a part where you need an adult to help you. And I'm going to tie a knot. Nice and tight, just like this. And then I'm gonna trim the edges, trim the excess thread. And then I'm going to put the rest of my thread through the top of the star so we can hang it on a tree. Not. There we go, it's hanging. We'll show you from the front facing view after we do the other one. So I'll do this one with the tree. Okay, and again, I take a piece of thread. I'm gonna put it through the Christmas tree. And this time I think I'm going to do an extra knot. Just because it's thin. Do the star.
Hi, Jennifer. Just wanted to say, hi, everyone. I just posted the link for the handout in the chat, the webinar chat. If you just scroll at the bottom and you click chat, you can see the handout right there. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So if you guys didn't get to do the project with us today, this recording will be on the Michaels YouTube page, michaels.com YouTube. So you can go back and you can follow along and do the project just as you would have today. And then there's your second piece of thread. Oh, so cute. Tie my knot. Now, Coria, could we have the front facing camera?
Sure thing. 1 second.
Just wanted to show you guys. There it is hanging. You can see them on our tree from earlier today. So there's both of our ornaments. And they're so cute. I love it. And then you can always trim the excess off once you know the length. Great. There. All right. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. As a reminder, we would love to see your projects if you put them on social media and hashtag Make It With Michaels, hashtag Perler and Perler Art Class. We love to show everyone here in our Perler Lab what you guys have done, whether you follow the pattern sheet exactly how we have it or you get creative, we would love to see. Don't forget, you can go to perler.com and you can see more projects that you can download for free. You can also review how to iron if it's something that you want to take a look at again. And then don't forget that michaels.com will continue to have free online classes through the month of December. So we really appreciate you guys being with us today. We hope you have a great Thanksgiving and a great holiday season, and we hope to see you again. Thanks for coming. Bye.